What if I told you your dog doesn't sleep next to you because it's comfortable? Not really, because comfort isn't enough to explain what they're doing. That quiet moment when they walk over, circle once, and settle beside you isn't random. It's intentional, and once you understand why, you'll never look at that moment the same way again. It's late. The world has slowed down, the noise has faded, and your thoughts are finally beginning to settle. You lie down, adjusting your position, letting the day slip away. And then you feel it, a small movement on the bed, a soft presence near your legs. Or maybe right beside your chest, your dog. They don't ask, they don't hesitate, they just come closer. Maybe they curl into a tight circle. Maybe they stretch out and press against you. Maybe they let out a slow, deep sigh, and within moments, they're asleep. It feels normal, almost routine, but what if that moment is one of the deepest emotional expressions your dog is capable of? Because dogs don't choose where they sleep lightly. To them, sleep isn't just rest, it's vulnerability, it's exposure, it's trust. And the place they choose, the person they choose, says everything. But what most owners don't realize is when your dog sleeps next to you, they're not just choosing a spot, they're making a statement about you, about your bond, and about how they truly feel deep down. It may not look like much, but the moment your dog falls asleep beside you, they are doing something incredibly significant. They are letting their guard down completely. In the animal world, sleep is when danger strikes. It's when awareness drops, when reaction slows, when survival is at risk. So animals choose their sleeping place carefully. And your dog chose you, not the quiet corner, not the safest distance. But here's what makes this deeper. They didn't choose the environment, they chose the feeling, and somehow you became that feeling. At first glance, it feels like they're the one seeking comfort, like they need you, but in many cases, your dog sees it differently. They see themselves as part of your protection. Watch closely. Some dogs position themselves facing the door. Others stay near your feet, where movement happens first. Even while resting, their senses remain slightly active, because in their mind, you're not just someone they love, you're someone they're responsible for. And this is where it gets surprising. They don't sleep next to you because they feel weak. They sleep next to you because they feel strong enough to protect you. Have you ever noticed how your dog seems calmer when they're close to you? How their breathing slows, how their body relaxes, how tension disappears? That's not coincidence. That's regulation. Your presence has a direct effect on their nervous system. Your scent, your warmth, even the rhythm of your breathing tells their brain, this is safe, this is calm, this is home. But what most people don't realize is, your dog doesn't just enjoy being near you, they need it. On an emotional level, not out of weakness, but out of connection. Humans like to think in terms of ownership. My dog, my pet, but dogs don't think that way. To them, there's no hierarchy of ownership. There's only belonging, there's only pack, and in a pack, sleep is never a solo act. It's shared, it's close, it's connected. So when your dog climbs into your space, when they ignore the perfectly comfortable bed you bought them, they're not being stubborn, they're being instinctive. They're choosing the place where they feel they belong most, with you. There's something subtle that happens when your dog sleeps next to you, something most people never notice. They begin to sync with you. Their breathing starts to match yours. Their movements adjust to yours. Even their sleep cycles can align with yours over time. It's a quiet biological connection, an unspoken rhythm. And this is where it becomes something deeper than behavior. It becomes emotional alignment. They're not just beside you. They're connected to your state, calm when you're calm, restless when you're restless, as if your inner world becomes theirs too. Think about how your dog experiences your absence. You leave for hours, but they don't measure time the way you do. For them, it stretches, it lingers. And even if they stay calm, even if they're used to it, a part of them is always waiting. So when night comes, when everything is quiet again, when you're finally still, they come closer, not for comfort, but for reassurance, for connection, for presence. Because to them, this isn't just bedtime. It's reunion every single night. Think about how your dog experiences your absence. You leave for hours, but they don't measure time the way you do. For them, it stretches. It lingers, and even if they stay calm, even if they're used to it, a part of them is always waiting. So when night comes, when everything is quiet again, when you're finally still, they come closer. Not for comfort, but for reassurance, for connection, for presence. Because to them, this isn't just bedtime. It's reunion every single night. Here's something most people never consider. What if your dog isn't coming closer because of how they feel, but because of how you feel? Dogs are incredibly sensitive to emotional shifts, stress. Anxiety. Sadness. Even when you hide it, they pick up on it, and instead of reacting loudly, they respond quietly. By coming closer. By staying near. By not leaving your side. Because in their world, when someone in the pack isn't okay, you don't give space. You give presence. Humans express love with words. Dogs don't. They express it through proximity. Through presence. Through staying close, even when nothing is happening. So when your dog chooses to sleep next to you, they're not just resting, they're communicating. Saying something in the only way they know how. I trust you. I feel safe with you. I choose you. And maybe the most powerful part, they don't expect anything in return. Psychological depth layer when you strip everything away. This behavior isn't about comfort. It's about something much deeper. Trust, the kind that doesn't question. Attachment, the kind that doesn't fade. Connection, the kind that doesn't need attention to exist. Your dog doesn't analyze it. They don't think it through. They just feel it. And act on it, which makes it completely honest, completely real. So tonight, when your dog walks over, circles once, and quietly settles beside you, don't just see it as routine. See it for what it really is. A choice, a silent expression of trust. In its purest form, because in a world full of noise, distraction, and complexity, your dog made something incredibly simple. They chose to be close to you. To rest beside you. To trust you completely. And maybe that quiet moment you almost ignored was actually one of the most meaningful things they do. Every single day.